Ooh. Hi everyone, I am Tara, aka Spirit Mother, and I would like to welcome you all back to my channel on YouTube. I am Spirit Teachings of Going Within Self on TikTok 1974 and Light Soul, and I'm also live on my Facebook too. I haven't been in a while because I've been kind of working on some things and kind of looking into stuff, and today I am choosing to, because I went to Truth and Reconciliation yesterday, and it went quite well. And I ended up speaking with a university. I didn't feel the conversation. I feel where I feel energy a lot. I didn't quite feel this conversation like he was interested in what I was asking or what I had to say, because he didn't even really make eye contact. It was more challenge and what have you. So I was trying to kind of get a bit of information. Okay. So I'm talking about like truth and reconciliation and the ancestral lines. Okay, because that's what truth and reconciliation is. It's about going back through the ancestral lines and having a look at what really transpired. And there's truth to it, and there's also some not truth that's kind of thrown in there, or things have been twisted and manipulated. And this is going to be a touchy subject for a lot of people, right? And yeah, that's all right with me, because when he had talked about the settlers, the European French settlers, the British colony, right? And when I told him that a lot of the French settlers were actually Indian, some people don't like that word. They say indigenous or native or what have you, but it was always a term of Indian. And I did some looking into it because I want to know, like, French Indians. And there are French Indians. And there's a lot of that actually spoke French. Okay. So people might not like what I'm saying, but, and my ancestors actually brought me back to an area where they speak about with regards to the first indigenous community, first Indians, natives, what have you, that reside 10,000 years ago. I was brought back to that place, right? Because they're my ancestors. And some people may not believe that, but they'll look at me and they'll say, well, how are they your ancestors? You're fucking white. My question is how many people actually look in their ancestral line before they go nicking off? Because I didn't. And I started looking through it, and the stuff that I've been finding out, it's mind-blowing. And you hear of Donald Trump. Yes, I will say Donald Trump, because that's always a bad word to some people. Like Donald Trump, he said about draining the swamp. And everybody says that draining the swamp represents the cabal. Okay, so most people, the cabal represents the church. Totally understandable. I understand where they're coming with regards to that, because looking at my ancestral line, I'm not going to go deep into it yet. But man, it's going to get fucking trippy for people. Because when you look and you actually look using God's eye, the third eye, the all-seeing eye, you actually see it. I went on a tour, and they had mentioned about murder, and the ones that were accused have been hung. I said, okay. When I went to that spot where they were said that they were hung, I was sitting there, and they said that the day that they were being hung, most of the people in the area come to watch the hanging. And they brought their children. You wonder why your children are fucked up? You brought them to a hanging. There's your ancestral trauma. Some people don't like watching, oh, you're too aggressive. Fuck. The world needs people like that. That gives the people a fucking shake and says hello. Like you go and people are making up and saying about stuff, but they don't even know their own line because their own line, I'll tell you right now, a lot of it comes right back. Yeah, that's what I say. Donald Trump, he says training is wrong. Not wrong. Not putting pieces together. And I've been going and exploring different places. I even went in, I'll tell you, I went into a church and I went up the stairs to a balcony. Think of it this way, Lincoln. Didn't Lincoln get shot in a balcony? He got assassinated in a balcony. I'm not saying that like what I was experiencing was him, but I have a pretty good idea of whom he was. When I went upstairs and I walked in there, I was like, holy shit, man. He was like, okay, so spirit, help me. Because I had to go on. And then you talk about fucking freaky. Very uncomfortable. And I was there, and all of a sudden, it was like I witnessed somebody being thrown off of the fucking balcony. You know, I'm talking about truth and reconciliation, and I'm talking about the ancestral lines, you know, but it's going to offend people. And why is it going to offend people? Because people say they want the truth, but do they really want to hear the truth? And would they believe the truth if it was even put right in front of them in plain form? You know, it's part of, you put the pieces of the puzzle together. Like, but as is, like, well, why are you looking at that? Why don't you think that I should be? Shouldn't I know? Well, they're distant. They're not really relatives. Well, yeah, they still are. Maybe they're distant relatives. But this is the fucking problem. This is why the world is so fucked up because everybody's saying, oh, well, they're distant relatives. Well, why are you having fucking pain? Why are you feeling like you're wearing this shit? Yeah, my channel's not for everybody. Some will like me, some will love me, some will hate me, some will loathe me. Is what it is, right? So they say. Do they always say, oh, well, it is what it is? Because they just, oh, it is what it is. Don't look there. You might see something we don't want you to see. You said it, but I'm not the worst. My channel's not for everyone. But the only reason why it's not for certain people, it's the part that, you know, I'm too aggressive, sort of. Yeah? Well, they didn't mind being aggressive and assertive to your ancestors, did they? But some say, oh, well, you know, I had someone say to me, well, we didn't do it to them. Mm, well, you know, did we or didn't we? Because when you look in your ancestral line, and then you look at your own, not put these stuff together because it's you keep coming back until you fix things. So you make that change, make that, do something different opposed to the same thing over and over again, the history repeating itself. I was looking and, everybody's saying, oh, well, they're bringing in all these people and what have you. Well, holy fuck, in the 15th, or sorry, in the 1700s, they were doing the same fucking thing. The British were fighting the English and the native and the French and the native. Well, they were all native, but, most of them were. But do they really want to look at that? No. But I'll tell you right now, everybody migrated from somewhere. And I'm not throwing shit at people that went through the residential schools because I can pretty much guarantee that my ancestors went through the same fucking thing. Because if you think that you're telling you the truth that it was the first school, no, it wasn't. How many knew that well, maybe even before that, but in 1865, that's when it became mandatory to go to school. And they say, oh, well, we were dirty little Indians, right? We were uneducated. I'll tell you, one of my ancestors couldn't read or write, but one fuck of a businessman, and also had a religious seal. I went and I was looking through the ancestral line. I was looking, what the fuck? One of my great granddads married twice, and his first family wasn't in. Why? Seriously, why? It's that part of you try to exterminate people. They call it they call it genocide. Genocide. You know, today's treaty day. It's that part you signed the treaty with the British. Why are my ancestors, your ancestors, wearing the shit for? You signed with the crown. You really thought the fucking crown was going to be there for you? You're the ones taking your land. Oh, crown land! Some of the stuff I've been looking into it led me right to a president, but that's okay. I followed it. But the way to healing is finding out the truth because we were bashing our own fucking family because they married into each other. They were all over the world, migrated, immigrated, everywhere. But see, the thing is, are we really looking for something outside of our own? See, when I went there yesterday, this guy, he threw shade, what is it? Their, their Curse of Oak Island or something like that. You guys cursed. He said, "Right?" He said, well, they're treasure hunters. Hey, you're still a fucking treasure hunter. Like, seriously, if they're fucking treasure hunters, well, if they're just searching for treasure and they're searching for gold and all this crap, what the fuck are they going halfway the country across the country for to find out the origin of stuff? That's looking into the fucking history, is it not? But you want to throw shade on, oh, they just want to get rich. Well, they ain't getting too fucking rich, are they? And they're using their own fucking money. They're not looking to somebody else to give it to them. How do you know that some of those people are not their ancestors? And they're trying to find answers. That's the thing. Nobody knows because you're not that person. So fun. The thing is, I have the shirt I have on, the memory of, I have it all for a reason. People it's not only really doing shit back in time to cause harm to our ancestors, they're still doing it, but they're telling you, oh, well, it's going to heal you. Really? Didn't help him, did it? Or them. Maybe it was one of your family members. Or maybe you fought with your family members because they like to divide people. You say about people, I hear people saying about the immigrants coming in and your government giving them a bunch of money for child benefits and a car and all this stuff. Clearing up. And people are getting mad at them. Seriously? What the fuck are you getting mad at them for? It's one. It's one that you're giving the fucking money to. That you're saying, oh well, they're doing what's right for us. And then some people say, well, if you don't vote, you have no right to say anything. Because I don't vote is what gives me the right to say shit. Because I speak for myself. And no matter how much people speak up and say something to these, systems integrated into society, no matter how much you do. Oh, we'll give you a few pennies, we'll give you lip service, fucking truth hurts me when I look through the shit. Because it's like, what the fuck? But because you're too aggressive, nobody wants to, hear what I'm saying, because you'll hear one thing and they'll run with it. They won't hear the truth behind it. They'll say, I mean, you're just throwing shade on us. No. No, not. That's the part of people who are just in fucking denial. And, take the time before we nip off and say about what this society done or this person done or that person done or these people or this group or that group or this culture or that culture, this religion, that religion. Fucking take a look at your own shit. because there's some fucking dirty ones and everyone will stack the deck. Like stack the deck. Yun lang, ganyan. Gusto ko ito eh. Yun, gusto ko. I've heard, everybody wants a savior. Well, if a fucking savior really can, you still fucking deny that savior because the savior would tell you the truth, and you still wouldn't believe it. The only way to believe it is, looking into it yourself, and then using your clairvoyance and intuition, and allowing God, source, spirit, creator, however you refer, your ancestors, your guides, your angels, your family. They're the ones with the truth because they lived it. So if people are in here and they think that I'm throwing shade or downplaying part of the residential schools, you might want to fucking shake your head because my ancestors were perfect. Did you ever watch the series Greenwich Hill? Greenwich Hill? It's an old, like 70s. It's all kids in school because, people don't want to admit that we were doing it to our own people. That's how to figure it out. I don't follow because I read one part. Fucking mind blowing. Part of who pays you, bought you. And some people that say they can't, they get put in certain situations. My first grandfather came in. He was he was actually one of the few that were scalped in the Cornwallis. Scalped in front of his wife and his one nephew at the time. And when I read it, it really clicked because I was getting that, they were hiding some people to keep them safe. So they were supposed to, they were on patrol. They said it was an injury. Still suspicious of people. Went to one place and they were like, okay, you're gonna have that look on this. First look at shit. One day, stories of looking into ancestral. You know, someone uneducated cannot do that. You have to have a master's degree. You have to have a bachelor's degree. You know, you should have a heart ready to cross-reference and fucking research and keep your shit together because it's one hell of a mindfuck. Because you know, they were manipulating the names so fucking often. No wonder. Oh, we'll put this person here and these people here. They're saying that these people died in one place, but then saying they died in another place and they were born in this place. What the fuck? Seriously? You know, for hiding evidence. There's where I'm at. They said that there's a couple families feuding. You always hear about them. Well, one day, when it happens, we're sort it out. But you know, I do keep dropping hints. This is a part of truth and reconciliation. So finding out what really happened. Because I'll tell you right now, the crown just lies. Stealing property, claims it's their own. If they don't steal it, they send somebody else in to do it for them. You know, people are losing land because somehow they're getting fucking deeds. You know, they'll even take advantage. Some who can't read it right. They do that. I went to the dentist and I tried doctor's appointment and then for my dentist with regards to the insurance part of it. Holy shit, man. I was told that policy for the medical insurance was 800 and some pages. And they want you to read that. You know, that's how you get fucking boned and scanned and, you know, ripped off and hopefully the same people. But you know what? I'm educated. And what the world, because there is still parts of the society that look at it like that. Because I know yesterday I was looked down on, especially after I said about French Canadians. And then he said about the man, he said, yeah, some of them are funny. It's like, dude, have a look at yourself. Here's what I'm drawing. And I have a Polaris slingshot. It's like, what? I was looking three-wheeler car. Not throwing shade, you can have what you want, but you know, you're saying about your community, saying about how hard done by your community was, but you're driving to a fucking truth and reconciliation with a fucking $56,000 four-wheeler, three-wheeler, sorry. That looks like a two-seater car. That's all open. fucking cool looking, you know. And then they told me, we started talking about things. Oh, well, I can't talk to my students. Like, I can't talk to really get into a lot of things with my students because of kids. But yet, you're fucking talking to your 10-year-old granddaughter, but you won't talk to your university students. Where's the sense in that? What is it? Because you're not a good academic background. Son, it doesn't matter what fucking background you are, you still you're privileged. Or people owe you something. Kiss my feet. That's what it's like. Kiss my feet. It's here. Fucking rotate on my finger. This is all spirit to spirit. It's not directed towards any specific person, people. It's a spirit to spirit. So if you're feeling it or you're getting angry at me or aggressive at me or what have you, I guess that's part of your spirit that is getting what I'm saying. Because it's not the person per se, as it is the spirit ancestral wounds because you carry. That's the spirit, spirit. That's the oneness, the connection. That's why you can't understand. Like, I didn't do anything. Why am I being treated like this? It's like it's saying like everybody. You have these shirts, orange shirts. Every child matters. You really feel like every child matters, or do you just feel like it's only your ethnic culture or your people? I'm serious. Every like people think that I'm downplaying the residential school, but I'm not. I went to the property of the residential school and I walked on it and I couldn't even get my fucking feet off the ground because I was feeling it. It was like I was feeling a bunch of I was feeling their pain, trying to pull themselves out. They were trying to set themselves free. And the truth is what sets us free. When I come down off of that property and I walk where they have the, the plaques, the memory, when I walked back through, I got stopped. And then I felt everything leave off me. It was like it got flung back in. But yesterday I actually wanted to talk to this professor about it, but I felt like, oh, like I felt like I was nothing to him. He started saying, and he was saying about doing all these sonars and everything like that. I don't need that. I have heart, my body, no spots that I walk on, and everything. Go off the ground. Some say, well, you're too sensitive. You have histrionics, or do this, or do that, or you need a mental institution. All on extreme. Very true. I connect with God, spirit, however people refer, it doesn't matter because it's all energy. It's all everything. People are too busy looking at fucking skin color and origins and ethnic backgrounds. Yes, it's good to know your history, learning the history of it all, the truth of it all, and stepping out of the fucking dog indoctrination, the dogma, the program teaching. When you start looking for your own ancestral line, things make sense, like the names. Holy shit. Everybody, it was almost like everybody had the same fucking name, but their last names were just constantly changing, or their first names, a Gene would be John, or a James would be John. Same person. I don't know how many people will see their name is different. It's the same fucking person. Is that how you're hiding? We had names, French world, German, in all different areas of the world. And then, it's the part of the evil that has to manipulate it. So some people don't like me for the reason that I don't know stuff. I don't even really have any respect for the government. Might give me a bit of money here and there. It's not about the fuck up the medical system. You feed the people poison, you force them to put poison in their body and wear a mask. How many times these people report the people back in times? Because there's probably a lot of people in this world that too, because they justice system. Reba, the night the lights went out in Georgia, all went down. Look in your ancestral home. You might see the injustice. My great granddad had a skeleton. Was it the one on Indian Patrol? Was it over? Was it over money? Was it over food? So what was I? And that's why I started to be that open mind. That's why I asked about what exactly did Donald Trump mean when he said Chinese. Something. trust yourself. Maybe a short story. Maybe it's your mother's story, father's story, your sister's story, your grandmother's story, brother's story, your story. Who's the family story? This is a story. It's a story of truth. You look at the Bible, read the Bible, read the Bible, and look at your own. Go look at your own ancestral story. I'm not just talking kinky as everybody thinks. It's like a biography manipulated like the ancestral ones. It's scattered all over. Name changes. John, 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 many Marys. Yep, really. Unless you understand what it is that I'm communicating, or you take the time to even look within, because healing, people say, oh, well, it's the past. Yeah, yeah, it's the past that keeps fucking repeating itself through you. Yeah. And if somebody doesn't understand my language, well, go get a language interpreter. I'm not being rude, but I've told people many a times, go get me an interpreter because spirit speaks through me. I work with and for spirit, not for the system. So I'm not going to stay on long term. And if people take offense to this, well, that's I mean, you shouldn't be just taking one thing and fucking run with it. So, like, fingerprints all over glasses. Maybe they're cat nose prints. But anybody ever notice, like, you're not even touching the glasses, but somehow you get fingerprints all over them? Yep, they are. Oh, yeah, I know mulligan. I have a lot coming up. My body's clearing, so believe me, I don't need the like. Thank you for the advice, but my body's clearing it out itself. So I've been This is much closer by. So it's not a cough that hurts. It's gross. It's a phlegm cough. Yeah. So 그래서 여러분의 샬롬이 수루야. 그리고 또 우리 위에서 thank you. Because it's not hate, it's truth. Some people have to hear truth in order to get past their trauma. And truth is what's going to help everyone to heal. I don't have hate. I have ancestral pain because so many people were lied about, were framed. It's making things right. Be sure you put your feet in the right place. Then stand firm. You want me to read a couple? Questo io gross. Io sono che questo sono sono creata dei tutti. You dream of things and say, why? I dream of things that never were and say, why not? You know, okay. It ain't as bad as you think. It will look better tomorrow. Get mad and get over it. Avoid having your ego so close to your position that when your position falls, your ego goes with it. It can be done. Be careful. These are rules. Be careful what you choose. This is what it says, but use your discernment. You may get it. Don't let adverse facts stand in the way of a good decision. Check small things. Share credit. You can't make someone else's choices. You shouldn't let someone else make yours. Remain calm. Be kind. Have a vision. Be demanding. Don't take counsel of your fears or naysayers. Betrayal, optimism is a fierce manipulator. Potential, potential, potential. I can't pronounce it. Optimism is a force. More. To believe a thing is possible is to make it so. So, with that being said, I'm leaving it at that. To those who come in, thank you. And if you like to share what have you, thank you. I appreciate that. I didn't come in for followers. I didn't come in for my shares, just to come in and spread, shine some light on certain things. That being said, sending you all love, light, many blessings, most importantly, very good health to everyone and everyone here to you to see yourself. Which will be big, bold, brave, most importantly, be yourself. Be authentic. Be who you are. Not who somebody else says you are. You have to be. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. And know that you have more strength than you can comprehend at times. Sending you all love. As we said, we create a